Take, say, the threat of nuclear war. Right now, it's mostly on the Russian border. Notice, on the Russian border, not the Mexican border. Now, that's a reflection of the scale of global power. There's provocations on both sides. Germany's right there. In fact, Germany's right at the center of it. The major issue had to do with Germany. You go back to 1991, end of the Soviet Empire. There was a question as to how the world system would be reconstructed with the Soviet system collapsing. There were two views. Gorbachev, the Russian leader, proposed a vision of a unified security system for all of Eurasia with no military blocs, just cooperative integration. That was one vision. The Americans, it's President George Bush, #1, and his Secretary of State, James Baker, they had a different vision. The Russian system would collapse and NATO would expand. Crucial question was Germany. For Russia, it's a pretty serious question. Germany alone had practically destroyed Russia twice during the preceding century, and earlier other Western invasions from Western Europe. So what happened to Germany was going to be a serious question. Gorbachev agreed to allow Germany to be unified, East and West, and even to join NATO, a hostile military alliance, which was quite a concession. But there was an agreement, he thought. The agreement was that NATO would not expand 1 inch to the east. That was the phrase that was used, which meant East Germany. NATO immediately expanded to East Germany. When Gorbachev protested, the Americans pointed out correctly that it wasn't a written agreement. It was just a verbal agreement, like a handshake. So if you trust us, it's kind of your problem. So NATO expanded to East Germany. Under the following years, under Clinton, it expanded to the former Russian Empire, all the way to the borders of Russia. That in 2008 and again in 2013 under Obama, NATO offered admission to NATO to Ukraine. Take a look at the map and history. Ukraine is right in the geopolitical strategic heartland of Russia, apart from long historical other connections. Offering Ukraine NATO membership is a very serious threat to Russia. Western analysts understand that. Right now, the United States, Obama, is placing what's called a missile defense system in Romania. The pretense is that it's to defend Europe from non-existent Iranian missiles. Okay? You can believe that. You can believe in Alice in Wonderland. It's, of course, aimed against Russia, obviously. And furthermore, it's understood by strategic analysts on all sides that what's called missile defense is an offensive weapon. Nobody believes that missile defense could ever stop a first strike, but it's imaginable that it might deter a retaliatory strike, which means it's a first strike weapon. And everyone understands that. That's highly provocative. Now, the Russians are carrying out a major military buildup of their own, modernizing forces, new missile systems, new nuclear submarines with nuclear weapons, and so on. And you have constant threats right at the border, jet planes of both sides kind of buzzing each other and so on, could blow up. Germany's sitting right there. Germany could play a leading role in trying to reduce these tensions. And in fact, some German political leaders have called for that. But these are choices, and they're choices that the German people will have to make. Do we want to have a nuclear war and destroy everything? Do we want to wipe out the world with global catastrophe? No, that's for people to decide.